Quick message from Spirit. If things aren't going well in your life at this moment, realize it was thoughts and beliefs and your frequency previously that created your reality in this moment. Now, if you don't like that statement, I'm sorry. That's how the universe works. So how do you fix it? The moment you don't like something going on in your life, instead of freaking out about it, best you can. We all freak out when things don't work out. But the more we can catch ourselves and pull back, and instead of being like, why is this happening? Da, 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 go, okay, there was a thought, there was a pattern, there was a belief that I was radiating from at some point in the past that brought this now. I don't want this now. Okay. And getting that mantra, that narrative of that simple statement can catch you to fix your whole life again. 933 on my clock. Beautiful number. Sacred Scribes is the site I use to look that up. What you do in that moment, that things aren't going right, that you don't like, as ridiculous as it sounds, is going, the universe always proves me right. So I'm going to have the universe prove me right again and change my reality to the one I want. And then in that moment, you're going to start saying things and believing them with all of your ability, like a child that knows that Santa will be there, that the Tooth Fairy will leave money, that the Easter Bunny will bring them chocolate and eggs. And as you're pushing that belief, you are pushing that reality into your present. And that's why as the days go on, you will start seeing a difference. It's the same analogy as when you were a child and you were making a whirlpool in your swimming pool, for those that did. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, whether you actually did it or not. You went in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. You're like, this is great, this is great, this is great. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I really need to pee. Or mom screamed, get out, we gotta go. Whatever it was. And you're like, oh crap, I gotta figure out, okay, I'll go against the current. And you started going against that current. And then it was extremely difficult to the point where at some points, many children were like, screw it, I give up. I'll just wait for the current to get me back to the ladder again. Wait, I passed the ladder. Crap, 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 crap. When you're pushing against that current that you created, it's going to be difficult because you created it. But guess what? When you create it, you can break it. Unlike anyone else. And as you're pushing through that current going, yes, I can, yes, I can, yes, I can. And you break that, you're creating a new energy, a new current of your reality. Now, whether it's a swimming pool or your actual reality, your life, there's not much of a difference, except you don't need to use your legs. You need to use your mind, your heart, and your soul. When it's financial stuff and money is tight, it's because at some point you started really worrying. You started really getting into a lack mentality. And as bullshit as that sounds, it's the truth. When you believe that money won't be there for you, money pieces out. They're like, I bet. Money's your homie. When you don't believe that and you think money's the root of all evil, you forgot that the middle part is the person that dictated how the money was used. Stop blaming money. Stop blaming the person that used it. Money isn't the root of anything. It is an item. It is an energy. So if it's not going well with you, you got to make better friends with it. If your life isn't going well, you got to make better friends with the universe. Now that sounds like bullshit, and yet it's true. Energy doesn't die, it just changes form. That is a scientific fact. So everything you thought that was super negative in a way of having to do with your life and what you're deserving and what you're worthy of is creating the reality you don't like that you have now. Take a moment with me and start thinking about all those super wealthy 1%ers that you might know about. Like the guy that owns Amazon. Like the guy that owns Tesla. Imagine Nikola Tesla looking down and being like, what the hell? I wanted everybody to have it all for free. What's going on here? Whether they were given a silver spoon in money or not, there are plenty of people that have and fumble it all because of what they believed about themselves and their habits and their patterns. And then there's plenty of people that decided plenty of positive things about themselves, and now they're in the 1%er club. Why? Because their thoughts, their beliefs, and their habits, their patterns, all were in sync for the same goal. And when things went bad or money wasn't working out in some way, they didn't beat themselves up. They went back to their plan and figured out what was wrong and how to fix it. Do you really think Elon Musk had a problem once and was like, screw it, done, it's me? No, he doesn't. Now, part of the reason a lot of the one percenter clubs are all one percenters is they're extreme narcissists. Many are sociopaths. Many are psychopaths. Now, no, we can't be like that, and we shouldn't. That's where that money is evil thing comes from, because those people are doing evil things with it. Now, I'm not picking on those individuals. I'm just saying, like a psychopath, a sociopath, a severe narcissist. They won't care about other people around them. They're just using the money they have for their ill-gotten gains. That is completely different than somebody who's in the one percenter club who literally used all his money, well, a large portion of it, to fix Notre Dame when it was falling down. Yeah, literally. Salma Hayek? Yeah. Her husband, she loved the building so much that when it got destroyed a bunch of years ago, I don't remember if it was a fire or lightning or whatever, the whole building was burning down or something like that. And Salma Hayek was so upset about it, she told her 1%er husband, I need you to fix it. So he spent billions of dollars, gave it to them, and they fixed it. Now, he might do a bunch of other evil shit that I don't know about, but literally in that moment, money did something good. It's like the people who are using money to feed people by, donating to food pantries and shelters and all that stuff. Money's not evil then, right? So whatever the problem is, if it's love, you got to look into what your beliefs are about you. And none of this is easy, my love. I understand that. 939 on my clock. And if you're watching this long, it's because you know you deserve better. And you know I'm talking truth. I would never lead you astray. And this is how I've been working on fixing my own life and my beliefs. When a moment goes bad and things aren't going well, those one percenters, the reason I even said the narcissists and the sociopaths and the psychopaths being very, very wealthy usually, is because they will never have a moment where they suddenly think that it's them, that they're inferior in any way. You hear the sirens going off? It's very important you understand this. No, you don't need to be a narcissist to do well. You just need to stop thinking that you are unworthy, undeserving, or bad in any way when things aren't working out. And that's the major difference. That's why those types of, my hair's getting crazier and crazier, those types of people do so well, is because if you say no to them, they go, oh, you just don't know what you're talking about. I'll keep going. Where average folk go, oh, no, I shouldn't do that. Oh, I guess you're smarter than me. Nobody in the one percenter club is going to say that about anybody, will they? Now, you don't have to be a narcissist or horrible or evil or bad to be wealthy, successful, and happy. You just have to stop allowing other people, situations, and moments to make you believe that you aren't deserving and worthy of whatever you're trying to do for yourself. Because being happy, there's nothing on this planet that says in any way, shape, or form that you aren't deserving of being happy, as long as you're being a good person and not harming others. I mean, consensually speaking, as long as it's all in consent, as long as you're happy. And when you're not happy, you got to look into what's not making you happy. And for many, many people, it's everything that they created with their mind and their beliefs previously became a reality that you didn't like. So use this video to remind yourself what you say, what you think, what you believe creates your reality. And if you don't like what you have currently going on, instead of beating yourself up, think like the one percenters and go, I'll figure it out. I'll go back to the drawing board. I'll make a new game plan. Obviously, I'm deserving and worthy of it, and that's never going to be the reasoning why anything is not working out for me. It's just I have to do things a little differently. I have to pivot. I have to flow somehow. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you have to, by your socks if you have to. whatever it is. And then when those moments happen, go, I got this, I can do it, I can make it happen, I'm deserving of it, I'm worthy of it. It is going to be my beautiful reality because I know it and I believe it, and it is so.